Welcome you all. I am Srinath, Faculty of Mechanical Engineering Department, Canara Engineering College, Mangalore. So in this lecture, I will explain about numerical on railings method. So this is module number 4 and topic name is dimensional analysis. In dimensional analysis, the problems are get solved by using two different methods, either by Railing's method or Buckingham-Pike theorem. So this Railing's method is used for determining expressions for a variable which depends upon maximum 3 or 4 variables only. Right. So in this case, if the number of variables just 3 or 4, so at that time the numericals are get solved by using the Railing's method. In case it consists more than that, more than 4, so at that time numericals are solved by using Buckingham's Pike theorem. In Railing's method used for determined expression for the variable which depends upon maximum 3 or 4 variables only. If the number of independent variables becomes more than 4, then it is very difficult to find expression for the dependent variables. So let x is a variable which depends on x1, x2, x3. So there are 4 variables here. So x is a dependent variable. x1, x2, x3 are the independent variables. So now mathematically we can write this one as the x is a function of x1, x2, x3, and this can also be written as the x is equals to k into x1 the arbitrary power of a, and x2 arbitrary power of b, and x3 arbitrary power of c. So where k is constant and a, b and c are arbitrary powers. The values of a, b and c are obtained by comparing the powers of the fundamental dimensions on both sides. So the numerical number 1, the time period t of a pendulum depends upon the length L of the pendulum and acceleration due to gravity g. So now derive an expression for the time period. Solution is the time period t is a function of two independent variables, the length of the pendulum L and acceleration due to gravity g. So now we can write this one as that t is a function of L and g. That means t is equals to k. L is arbitrary power of a and g arbitrary power of b. So where k is a constant. So now I want to find out the values of arbitrary powers of a as well as b. So this one is get calculated by substituting the dimensions on both sides of the expression. The dimensions for t is given by uh, the time period, that is given by t. So that is equals to k, and length of the pendulum is given by L, and the acceleration due to gravity. The unit of that acceleration due to gravity is meter per second square, and dimensions for that one is L into t power minus 2, and then you try the arbitrary power of a as well as b for these two independent variables. Equating the powers of m, l and t on both sides. So these three variable m and t are called as the primary dimensions, three primary dimensions or fundamental dimensions. Now we have the power of m. The power of m is equal to 0 by equating these two, both the sides of the expression. We got the power of m is equals to 0. Now what is the power of t here? So now power of t, so that is equals to, on left hand side that is 1 and that is equals to minus 2b. So therefore the b is equals to minus half. In a similar manner, they find out the power of L. The power of L on the left hand side, the power of L is equals to 0, and the right hand side, that is A plus B. So therefore A is equals to minus B. We know the value of minus B here. The value of B is equals to minus half. So now here A is equals to minus into minus half is equals to half here. This is 1 by 2. Now substituting the values of A and B in the equation, now T is equals to K into L, the arbitrary power of A. The A value is half, and G, the acceleration due to gravity, there is a G, that is arbitrary power of B. So that value is minus half. So after substituting that one, we will get the answer. The time period of pendulum is equals to K into square root of L by G. The value of K is determined from the experiments, so which is given as is a K is equals to 2 into 5, and the totally the time period of pendulum is equals to 2 5 into square root of L by G. So that is the solution for this given first numerical. Move on to the second numerical here. Problem number 2. Find the expression for the drag force on smooth sphere of diameter d moving with uniform velocity v in a fluid of density rho and dynamic viscosity mu. So here the drag force is a dependent variable, and this drag force is depends on the independent variables of diameter d and the velocity v, the density of the fluid is rho, and viscosity, dynamic viscosity of mu. Now solution is, so F, the drag force, is a function of, there is a k into d, and the arbitrary power of a, and velocity arbitrary power of b, and rho arbitrary power of c, and mu is arbitrary power of d. So now write the dimensions on both sides of the left hand side as well as the right hand side of this relation. The drag force is given by m into l into t power minus 2 equals to k is constant. Then velocity is given by L into t power minus 1, and density m into L power minus 3, and dynamic viscosity m into L power minus 1 and t power minus 1, and then give the arbitrary powers A, B, C and D. So now equate this, equating the powers of m, l and t on both sides of the equations. So now we have the first of all the powers of m. On the left hand side the powers of m is equals to 1, and the right hand side you will get the powers of m at c, arbitrary power of c as well as d. That is equals to 1 is equals to c plus d. Then the power of L, so that is equals to 1 on the left hand side, and the right hand side is A plus B minus 3c minus d. Then powers of t is equals to, on the left hand side it is a minus 2 and that right hand side is minus b minus d. So there are four unknowns here, that is a, b, c and d, but equations are three. Since it is not possible to find the values of a, b, c and d, but three of them can be expressed in terms of fourth variable, which is most important now. See here, viscosity is having a vital role and hence A, B, C and expressed in terms of D, so which is the power to viscosity. After that, the C is equals to 1 minus D, then B is equals to 2 minus D, A is equals to 1 minus B plus 3C plus D. Now substituting the values of C and B in this expression, that is A is equals to 1 minus 2 plus D plus 3 into the C is equals to 1 minus D and D and plus D here. So then simplifying that, we will get the value of A is equals to 2 minus D. Now substituting these values of A, B and C in equation number 1, there is a previous expression. So now we get the drag force is equals to K into D power A, this is the expression, the V power B, rho power C and mu power D. So now we got the values of this A, B, C and D. So now F is equals to K into, so diameter D power A is there, the A is equals to 2 minus D and V power B is there and B is equals to 2 minus D and rho power C, the C value is 1 minus D and mu power D. So now simplifying that, we will get next expression is F is equals to K into D square V square rho and D power minus D, V power minus D, rho power minus D and mu power D. Then rearranging this expression, we can get the drag force F is equals to K into D square V square rho, then function of mu by rho V D. So that is the solution for this second numerical. Coming to the third problem, the resisting force R of a supersonic plane during flight can be considered as dependent upon the length of the aircraft L, velocity V, air viscosity mu, air density rho and bulk modulus of air is K. So now express the functional relationship between these variables and the resisting force. Solution is, the resisting force R depends upon the density, viscosity, velocity, length and bulk modulus. So now we can write this one as R is a dependent or a function of L, V, mu, rho and K. So now give an arbitrary powers to these independent variables, that is A, B, C, D and E, and where A is a non-dimensional factor. Now substituting the dimension on both sides of the equation. So now the R is equals to m into L into T power minus 2. A is a constant value. Then length L power A and velocity. The dimension for the velocity is L into T power minus 1. And dimension for dynamic viscosity is m into L power minus 1 T power minus 1 and density is m into L power minus 3 and K, the bulk modulus, is given by the dimension m into L power minus 1 and T power minus 2. So now give the arbitrary powers to these variables. So now equating the powers of m, L and T. on both sides. So now we have the power of m is equals to 1 on the left hand side, that is only 1, is equals to c plus d plus e. Then power of L is equals to, on the left hand side, that is 1, so that is equals to a plus b minus c minus 3d minus e. Then power of t is equals to minus 2 is equals to minus b minus c minus 2e. So there are 5 unknowns a, b, c, d and e, but equations are 3. So now expressing these 3 unknowns in terms of 2 unknowns. So the 2 unknowns are mu as well as k. Express the value of a, b and d in terms of c and e now. So solving this one, the d is equals to 1 minus c minus e, b is equals to 2 minus c minus 2e, a is equals to 1 minus b plus c plus 3d plus e. And then simplifying that values after substituting the values of b as well as d. Now finally we will get the value of a is equals to 2 minus c. Now substituting these values in equation number 1. So now we get, so this is equation number 1. Now substitute the values of these arbitrary powers of a, b, c, d and e. After substituting this, then get simplified here, and finally we will get the answer. The r is equals to a into L square v square rho. So then it is a function of what? The mu by rho v L as well as the function of k by rho v square. So this is a solution for this numerical. So there are 3 numericals here, and these 3 numericals are get solved by using the first method of dimension analysis, that is called as Rayling's method. Thank you.